So you can honestly find like 10 to 15 properties that are outdated in a matter of 10 minutes. I mean, this video hasn't even been 10 minutes yet, and we just found 3 or 4, right? What's going on, everyone? My name is Jacob Simpson, and I've been wholesaling real estate now for about 4 years. And in this video, I'm going to share with you exactly how I use Zillow to find potential deals that are listed on the MLS. Now, this will work whether you're looking to wholesale properties, fix and flip, buy and hold. Whatever your strategy is, you'll be able to utilize this method that I'm going to show you to find potential deals to take down. So let's go ahead and dive right into this. All right, so first, obviously, we need to open up Zillow. So once we have Zillow opened up, we'll come over here to the search bar and we'll put whatever target market you're looking for deals in. So let's say in this example, we're looking for properties in Tampa, Florida. Once we click Tampa, Florida, it will take us to our target market. And then from here, we want to come over here to this button and we want to select this. And we want to make sure that we have for sale selected. So if you have sold or for rent, make sure you switch it over to for sale. And then from here, we want to go over to this little drop down arrow and we want to unselect everything besides by agent. Now, this is strictly preference based, but the reason I do this is because in my experience, foreclosures and auctions are a little bit difficult to deal with and take a little bit longer. Coming soon, they're not available yet, so I'm personally not interested in those. New construction are brand new, and I'm only looking for outdated and older properties. And then by owner are typically priced very high and are unwilling to negotiate and are unwilling to, or I guess are willing to wait out the market. So I personally only like going after by agent. So once I have for sale and by agent selected, we can see we still have a whole bunch of listings that we could look at. So how we want to narrow this down is we want to come over here to home type. And we'll make sure we have only the home type of properties we're looking for. So let's say we're only looking for houses and multifamily, or let's say we're only looking for houses. And then from here, we can come over to price. Now, you don't have to put a price in here, but in my experience, a property that's $1 million or more or $800,000 or more isn't going to be a wholesalable property unless you're in places like Washington, D.C., California, New York, or any of those higher price markets. But for example, in Tampa, Florida, most of the properties that are selling over 800,000 or 700,000 probably aren't going to be able to be wholesaled. Again, that's not to say that there aren't properties out there that you can wholesale, especially on the water, but the majority of deals that we're going after are probably going to be under 700. So that's why I'm going to select 700. And then if we come over here to more, we select this. And then I like to put year built as 1990 or under. The reason being is because in my experience, those are where all of the outdated properties that you can wholesale are. Again, that's not to say you can't wholesale something above 1990, but typically the ones that we're going to be wholesaling are going to be under 1990. And so that's where I want, most of my focus at. And then we can also mess with the square footage if you want to. I'm going to leave that alone. And then we come down here to keywords. Now, this is the most important part. So when you have a listing, you have a description that goes along with it as well. The keywords is going to search that description. And so most of the time when you have an outdated property, you're going to have certain keywords in the description to let you know that this is an investment property. For example, you might have keywords like as is, or investor opportunity, or investor special, or maybe needs work, or outdated, or needs updating, right? And you'll be able to read those descriptions and get a little bit of a better idea of some of those keywords. But let's say in this example, we're looking for investor special. Actually, let's just go with as is. We hit as is. And as you can see, I've already saved a whole lot of these properties, which is why you see the hearts there. But basically what we want to do is we want to go through all of these properties and we want to look at the pictures and see if these properties are outdated. If they are, we want to save them for whenever we're doing our outreach. If they're not, we want to just move on. So the idea here is to build a giant list of outdated properties that are listed on the MLS. So that way, whenever you do your outreach, you can just hit the phones heavily rather than scrubbing the MLS, calling, scrubbing the MLS, calling, scrubbing the MLS, calling. And so how we're going to do this is we're going to click into these properties and we're going to look at the pictures. Now, I personally don't care about how long it's been listed on the MLS, so days on market. I don't care about that. And the reason being is because I want every single outdated property. Worst case scenario, they're going to decline my offer, and I'm just going to keep following up with them until they accept it, or they tell me to leave me alone, or they accept another offer, right? So I want every single property that's outdated. Now, if you're only looking for properties that have been listed for, let's say, 10 days or longer, unfortunately, Zillow doesn't have a filter for that. But what you can do is you can come over here to sort by, and you can hit this little drop down and come down to newest. And then you can scroll down and you can click on a property. Let's say you're looking for something that's 10 days or more. You can scroll down here. We have 8 days. So let's see what this one is. This one's 10 days. So if you're looking for properties that are only listed for 10 days or longer on Zillow, you can hit filter by newest, come down here to 10 days or wherever 10 days start, and then go after the properties that start after that one, and then leave all of these properties alone. So that's one way you can do it. Again, I personally don't care about days on market, so I just want to go into everything and take a look at them. So from here, like I said, you want to click into the property and see what the pictures look like. So let's say we click into this and we scroll down. We can see it is in good condition, but is it 2022 standards? Or another way you can, judge this is a first-time home buyer going to buy this, or will an investor buy this? If a first-time home buyer isn't going to come in and buy this, then there's a good chance that a regular home buyer isn't going to buy it, and so an investor is going to buy it. So one way you can ask yourself this is this outdated? If yes, will a first-time home buyer buy this? If yes, move on. If no, save the property. In this case, I personally think that there might be a first-time home buyer out there for this deal. So I'm going to move on. Say we click into this one. We can see this property is in great condition as well. So I'm just going to move on from here. Click into this one. Scroll down. We see that it is outdated. So I would hit save. Okay, so this one's not outdated. I think a first-time home buyer would probably buy this as well. So we'll skip that one. Come over here, scroll down. We can see that there are no pictures. So if there are no interior pictures, that tells me that it is a potential deal. And the reason being is because if they can't get into the property, there's a reason, whether it's bad tenants, whether the homeowner is sick and doesn't want anyone coming into the property, whether the homeowner has trashed the place and doesn't want to be embarrassed by posting their pictures online. For whatever reason, they're not able to get into the property and take pictures, which indicates to me that it is a potential deal. So I'm going to go ahead and save that. So I would just hit this little save button right here and move on. Click into this one, right? Does this one look outdated? This one looks updated. So we're not going to save that one. This one's updated as well. This one I would say is outdated, the floor and all of that. So we'll go ahead and hit save. I would say this is outdated. So we'll hit save. Click into this. I would say save as well. Boom. So again, if you hit refresh, you'll be able to see all of the properties that you saved as hearts. And as you can see, before we even started the video, I had I had already a bunch of properties saved. So you can honestly find like 10 to 15 properties that are outdated in a matter of 10 minutes. I mean, this video hasn't even been 10 minutes yet, and we just found 3 or 4, right? If we kept scrolling and kept trying to look for properties, we could probably get to 10 pretty quickly. Right, here's one. That's updated. Here's one. And then again, we can switch keywords, right? So if we're using as is, we can also put investor special. We have properties right here we can click into. So we see this is beat up, right? So we can click this. This one's outdated. So again, right, you can see how quickly you can find potential deals that are listed on the MLS that you can reach out to. So now that we have all of our properties, saved, whenever we go to do outreach, what we can do is come over here to our 218 saved homes, or we can click on this and go to saved homes. For whatever reason, it's not letting me go to the page right now. But in any case, it will take you to all of the saved properties, or all of the properties that you just saved. And then you can click into those properties during your outreach, call the agent. Hey, Kimberly, I saw that you had a property listed off of North Romana Street or North Romana Circle. Just wanted to see if it's still available. They say yes. Great. Could I just had a couple questions. Then you gather condition, occupancy, motivation, price, and timeline. And then from there, once you have all of that information, you run your numbers, you find your comps, you put together your offer number, and then you call the agent and you submit an offer. The reason I say do it this way is because what you don't want to do is you don't want to click into this property. You don't want to comp out this property and then call the agent, and the agent says, actually, we just accepted an offer yesterday. And you spent all that time comping the property, trying to figure out what your offer number was, and it's not even available. So rather than doing that, I like to build up a giant list, find the properties that I want to go after that are listed on the MLS. And then during my outreach, I already have my list put together, and then I go after those properties. So that's how I use Zillow to find potential deals that are listed on the MLS. Hopefully that was helpful. And if it was, make sure you leave a comment below, hit the like button, and hit the subscribe button. And I will see you all in the next video.